Final expense insurance, which is also referred to as burial insurance and senior life insurance. What is final expense insurance? So final expense is a life insurance policy designed to pay off your final expenses, such as funeral costs and medical bills when you pass away. The way it works, you pay a monthly premium to the insurance company, and in return, the insurance company agrees to give your beneficiary a tax-free cash benefit when you pass away. You can purchase anywhere between $5,000 to $35,000 worth of coverage. All right, here you can see the national average cost of funerals in the United States. Now, these costs, of course, can vary depending on where you are living in the country. But as you can see, we can easily get up to $10,000, and in some cases over, again, depending on where you live in the country. I'll give you a few seconds to take a look at those costs. So if you have a look on your face like one of these guys and you're wondering, well, why do I need this? Well, truth is, not everybody needs a final expense policy. So who is the best candidate for final expense insurance? Well, first of all, it would be a person who does not have any money set aside, currently have any money set aside to pay for these expenses. We recommend at least $10,000. Number two, a person who does not want to leave this burden to their loved ones. Now, three, if you are someone who already has all of this stuff taken care of or you have the money set aside, some people purchase a final expense policy to leave some extra money to a spouse, a loved one, or even a charity. The ideal age group for a final expense policy is anywhere between the age of 50 to 80. There are some policies available for people over the age of 80, but we are very limited on insurance companies that are offering insurance to someone over the age of 80. All right, frequently asked questions. What is a beneficiary? So a beneficiary is a person that you select to handle your affairs and once you pass away, and they will receive the check to handle all of your arrangements. So it could be anyone like your spouse or a family member, a loved one of yours, they can be a beneficiary. How much coverage can I purchase? You can purchase anywhere between $5,000 to $35,000 worth of coverage. Is a medical exam required? No, the medical exam is not required. However, in order to get a better rate, it is advisable that you answer medical questions. They will rate you. So in other words, you could get a lower rate by answering medical questions. And of course, the healthier you are, the lower your rate will be. What's the difference between final expense insurance and traditional life insurance? Well, final expense policies are smaller policies. Again, you can only purchase up to $35,000. A life insurance policy is anywhere between $50,000 up to $5 million, depending, on the insurance company. Also, a final expense policy has lenient underwriting, meaning it's not as difficult to get a final expense policy, even if you do have a pre-existing condition. Do I have a 2-year wait period before my full benefits kick in? That is once again going to depend on your health. So I'm just going to give a couple examples. Let's say you have diabetes. You can pretty much control diabetes, I should say. You could pretty much get day one coverage with several companies that will offer you day one coverage with controlled diabetes. On the other hand, let's say the diabetes, you have neuropathy, then most of the companies are going to give you a 2-year wait period. But I do know one company that will give you day one coverage. So that's one example. And two, the second example is, let's say you are obese. Right now, the majority of the companies will give you a 2-year wait period. However, there are 2 companies that I know of that will allow you to have day one coverage regardless of your height and weight. What's the difference between term and whole life? Well, we're going to go over to the next slide for that. All right, so a term policy. So in the beginning, they look more attractive because they are cheaper. However, the rates do increase in a term life policy. In many of these policies, you'll get a rate increase every 5 years. Okay, most term policies terminate at the age of 80. So basically term stands for terminate. It is going to end at some point. For most of these policies, they will end at the age of 80. We do not recommend term for final expense. There is a place in the market for term insurance, but if you're looking for something, if you need something to be there when you pass away, we do not recommend a term policy for final expense. That they are, the picture is Betty, and she purchased a term policy, and she just realized that she no longer has any coverage because it terminated. Poor Betty. Poor Betty. A whole life policy. All right, so as long as the premiums are paid up, it will never expire and it will protect you for your whole life. Premiums are locked in and they will never increase, and also your benefit will never decrease. Companies offer fast approvals. Most carriers often give you instant decisions. And also the application process is very easy. Most of these things can be done right over the phone. All right, and how can I provide value to you? I'm contracted with over a dozen insurance companies. Basically, what that means is I do not have a biased opinion over any insurance company. My job is to help place you with the right company. As I mentioned earlier in this recording, every company does have a different guideline for how they insure people. As I said, as an example, if you're obese, there are two companies that will give you day one coverage. The other companies are going to have a 2-year wait period. Same with uncontrolled diabetes. I have one company that will give you day one coverage, while the other 10 will put you on a 2-year wait period. So that's basically, how I could be of value to you is help putting you with the right company. Third, I can be there for your loved ones when you are called home. They can call me. I'll be there for them. I will help them file a claim and just help comfort them and make their life a little bit easier during that difficult time for them. Also, there is no fee for my service. You don't pay any extra by having someone. I'm just here to help you on your side. I'm on your side. And number 5 is something that you can do for me, basically, because when you purchase insurance through an agent, you're helping a small business owner put food on the table and have a roof over their head and live out their American dream. So I hope that, you can always support a small business owner. Alrighty, this is me. I am Giulio Campanelli. I'm located in Los Angeles, California. If you would like to read more about final expense insurance or possibly get an idea of what it may cost, head on over to rayoflightinsurance.com. Or if you want to talk on the phone, there is my phone number there, 424-257-3314. Or you can email me at info@rayoflightinsurance.com. I have been in business since 2005. If you enjoyed this presentation, please click like, subscribe, and share with others. I'd appreciate that. Thank you.